my first 11s. And this video has been sponsored by Good morning and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Craigie P. Let me get ready and we'll head out. So today, finally we get to work on this Polo. No more updating videos, no more this is what we've done so far. Today we're going to get our hands dirty, get under that Polo and start working on it. So if you haven't seen the previous video, click the link in the top right banner and that will get you caught up. But as you can see, we had a few problems having a shakedown on this Polo. So the plan today is to get underneath and try and sort this thing out. But first of all, I need to run a few errands. So let's go. And you thought a father of three will roll around in a Lamborghini. But if it's good enough for Tyson Fury, it's good enough for me. I know what you're thinking. This is going to be another one of them car programs where a bloke with a camera talks nonsense and tries to get famous. But you'll be wrong. This will be worse. So make sure you're subscribing to see how bad it really does get. Crazy. Nearly £60 I've put into this tank of this Polo and it hasn't even left the end of my road yet. I didn't know this thing had an alarm. So I don't know if you can hear me over the bloody annoying alarm, but we need to disconnect it. So this never was the plan for the Polo today, but we need to get it sorted because I can't annoy these neighbours anymore. Who thought it was a clever idea to connect the alarm on a car with no immobiliser and no central locking? So there you are, Mr. Power Sounder. You are going in a bucket of water today. So here we are, one power sander. From memory, normally when you unplug these as a safety feature, they make a horrendous noise. So make sure you have your bucket of water ready to throw it in. Wish me luck. So what I think's happened is every time you run this car, that power sander has internal batteries and they've charged up over time. So today and this morning it's decided to make a noise, but no more. What a pain in the arse that was. But now, let's get on with the rest of the problems. So let's stick the kettle on, pull up a chair and watch Mr. It's Me try and jack this thing up again. Enjoy. While you watch me get this thing back up in the air again, let me talk to you about the problems we had the other day. So, on a shakedown, we had a horrendous noise from underneath the vehicle, and as you can see, it was the knocking as the balance weight was rotating, hitting the top of the subframe. Now this thing's up in the air, we're going to try and loosen the engine mounts and jack up the engine and try and change the angle, so hopefully the prop shaft will clear the subframe. If not, plan B. $17 mils. And one last one. So now, if we load the jack, I'm going to stick it under the engine or the gearbox. So what we're trying to do is tilt the engine forward, so when we do up the engine mounts, that will hold it in place, and hopefully the angle of the engine will stay and it will raise the prop shaft to give us that little bit of clearance to stop the prop shaft rubbing on the subframe when we give it full beans. Well, that's the plan. So let's get one of these wheels off and try and squeeze under here, and let's see how much clearance we do have. How do you break a really expensive camera that you've not had for more than 3 months? Drop an alloy wheel on it. This day is not going as planned. Focus. So it's so hard to try and get a clear video under here, but I think it has slightly improved by the looks of it from here. But what we'll do as a precaution, we'll lower the subframe a little bit as well, just to make sure. So on this front subframe, there's 4 mounting points. Got one here under the lower arm. And one here on the front. At the top, Bradley has spaced it out to give us the clearance for the gearbox. So plan B is to remove this rear bolt of the subframe and maybe stick a couple of washers above and see if we can get the clearance, and then hopefully if it works we'll remove the subframe at a later date and make it more permanent. So I've removed 2 bolts on the subframe and it's still not lowering. So what we're going to do now is loosen the other side and see if that drops a little bit. So now we've got some clearance. If I pull down on it, just enough to slip a few washers in. With enough room between the chassis and the subframe, we managed to get these washers in place, but as you can see they were a pain in the arse because they kept falling down. So off camera, I've done the other side perfectly, and then I come back to this side to tighten it up, and I think up here the captive nut that is welded on is spinning. Drill bits at the ready. As you can see by the state of me, we're really not having a good day. So what we'll do, we'll try and hold the nut above while doing up the bolt below, just a temporary measure for now, and then maybe later on once we get the subframe back down again, we can cut a plate out on the front and then get the captive nut welded back up. Polo struggles. My last hope was to wedge this lever bar on top of the nut and do up the bolt with an impact gun, and finally we managed to get this bolt tight enough, but then as you can see my lever bar got stuck, so I had to undo the bolt, trying not to spin the nut enough to get the lever bar out, but thank God we managed to do this, and as you can see they torqued up really well. Thank for that. It's been a bloody nightmare. So, another job to the list. Trying to get rid of this big hole. Anyone got a welder? I hope you all enjoyed that. I am absolutely broken. But let's get these wheels on and see if it worked. Just going to get washed up, and let's take it out for another shakedown. Let's go. Not sure if you can hear me over these fuel pumps in the back, but I think I made the right decision, because this one is only the noise from the lift pump. The 2 high pressure pumps are underneath, and the plan was to have all 3 pumps in the back because they look so good. I didn't want to hide them, but I'm so glad I put the 2 main ones underneath because I won't hear anything. So what a day it's been today. Oh my God. Plenty of downs and not enough ups. Hopefully this is sorted and we can move over to the next problem. But soon we can get this thing to the tuners and get it out for everyone to see. Ready? So far so good. You can hear a slight scrape underneath. I'm not sure if you can hear anything on the camera, but yeah, a slight scrape, but there's no bang 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 from that balance weight of the prop shaft. So what can I say? It's been such a bad day, but we got there in the end. And the best thing after a long day is to let off some steam. So we're going to end this video here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for enjoying my stressful day. The thing is, it can't always be ups. Having a car project like this, you're going to have bad days after bad days, but hopefully when it's out on the road, that will all get forgotten about and we can have plenty of fun with it. So if you like what you see and you feel sorry for me, please subscribe, like and share, and I'll see you on the next video. Laters.